Have you ever wondered if you could visit the Eiffel Tower without leaving the USA? Or see Big Ben in the heart of India? Around the world, there are stunning, and sometimes downright bizarre, replicas of iconic landmarks that will blow your mind. From a Stonehenge lookalike in Australia to a Parthenon in the USA, we're uncovering 20 of the weirdest and most fascinating doppelgangers of world-famous wonders. Some make you question reality, others make you laugh, but all are worth the virtual trip. Stick around, you won't believe what's next. Christ the Redeemer in Portugal. With its arms extended, the 98-foot Christ the Redeemer statue in Brazil towers over Rio de Janeiro. After seeing the statue, the Cardinal Patriarch of Lisbon began the process of building a replica in Portugal. Unveiled in 1959, Cristo Rei, the Portuguese replica, stands atop a 246-foot pedestal at a height of 90 feet. Located in Almada, it faces Lisbon across the river. An elevator takes visitors up to the pedestal, where they may see panoramic views across Lisbon and a close-up glimpse of Christ. The Statue of Liberty in France. There are hundreds of imitations of the Statue of Liberty, but one of the most unique can be found at Vaskoy Castle in France. Rather than carrying a torch held aloft in one hand and clutching a tablet in the other, the statue in this French garden is holding up torches in both hands. Officially called La Victoire de la Liberté, she was created in 1972 by renowned artist Salvador Dali and is much smaller than the copper figure in New York. The White House in Iraq. Kurdish businessman Shihab Shihab chose to design his mansion in imitation of the beauty and simplicity of the White House in Washington, D.C. The replica, which is located in the northern Iraqi city of Erbil, cost $20 million. Shihab didn't stick to the original interior plan, even though he wanted the outside to look the same. He lined the grand staircase railing and ceiling with 21-karat gold. Despite being smaller than the American version, the Iraqi one has a luxurious Turkish bath. Mount Rushmore in Chongqing, China. Washington, Jefferson, Roosevelt, and Lincoln not only peer out from their posts atop Mount Rushmore near Keystone, South Dakota, they've also popped up halfway across the world in Chongqing, China's Shaping Park. The carvings in China are slightly smaller than their 60-foot-tall, stone-faced counterparts in South Dakota. But what they lack in height, they make up for in hairstyle. A few of the presidents on the Chinese replica have developed some rather lush green locks. Big Ben in India. People driving along VIP Road in Kolkata, India, are in for a surprise when they reach the junction with Lake Town. Here, they'll find a towering clock that resembles Big Ben. The Kolkata Time Zone Tower, a 2015 replica of the London landmark, stands nearly 100 feet tall, considerably shorter than Big Ben's 315 feet. Moai, also known as Easter Island Heads, in Japan. A row of 40 moai greets visitors to Makomanai Takino Cemetery near the city of Sapporo in northern Japan. The Rapa Nui people on Easter Island carved hundreds of these monolithic statues, which, on average, are 13 feet tall. The versions found in the Japanese cemetery stand between 21 and 31 feet tall. Moai replicas can also be found in Park Sun Mesa Nikinan, near the southern tip of Japan. 7 impressive moai stand by the sea at a height of about 18 feet. Stonehenge in Australia. England is home to the majestic ruins of Stonehenge, whose stones align with the rising sun during the summer solstice and the setting sun during the winter solstice. However, people on the other side of the world can visit Esperance Stonehenge in Western Australia as an alternative. Esperance Stonehenge represents the stone's original appearance, not the current age and weather-worn ruins. Built on a farm, the replica consists of 137 stones weighing 2755 tons carved from local granite. Aside from looking new, it's as accurate a replica as possible, being both full-size and astrologically aligned. Foamhenge in Virginia, United States. Foamhenge is a full-size copy of Stonehenge, which was originally located in Natural Bridge, Virginia. The paint job on this styrofoam clone, which opened in 2004, aims to replicate the original. The replica is also one of the few astronomically accurate Stonehenge copies, with the large foam stones set in the same position as the real one. Foamhenge relocated to a farm near Centerville, Virginia in 2017. The Taj Mahal in Bangladesh. Ahsanullah Moni, a Bangladeshi filmmaker, started building a full-size replica of India's Taj Mahal in 2003. Moni set out to clone India's impressive structure using bronze, marble, and granite from Italy, as well as diamonds from Belgium. Moni had several reasons for copying the Taj Mahal. First, he wanted to bring a famous landmark to his country for those who couldn't afford to travel. Second, he hoped it would attract more tourists to Bangladesh. Finally, it was meant to be part of a large movie set. Leaning Tower of Pisa in Illinois, United States. If you like Pisa's Leaning Tower and are in the United States, it's worth going to Niles, 15 miles northwest of Chicago, where a surprise awaits. Built in 1934, the half-size replica stands at an impressive and leaning 94 feet. Concrete anchors the replica, which leans slightly over 7 feet, roughly half the original incline. It also contains 5 bronze bells, hundreds of years old. Are you enjoying these crazy replicas? Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Secret Travel Gems for more bizarre landmarks coming right now. The Eiffel Tower in Japan. Japan boasts a handful of Eiffel Tower replicas, with the most impressive one located in Minato, Tokyo. Completed in 1958, Tokyo Tower is slightly taller than its French counterpart. It has 1091 feet. The main viewing deck of Tokyo Tower is accessible via elevator or a 600-step open-air staircase. Another set of elevators takes guests up to the top deck at 820 feet. The tower's orange and white paint isn't just for style or to look different. It's required by aviation law, which says buildings over a certain height must have these colors. Tokyo Tower even has its own mascot, the Nopon brothers. The Eiffel Tower in Texas, United States. When you go to Paris, you certainly expect to see the Eiffel Tower, and that's just as true in Paris, Texas. Built in 1993, this scale model of the Eiffel Tower is just 65 feet tall, but it still makes an impressive sight. Like the original, it puts on light shows for special occasions. Unlike the original, however, it comes crowned with an enormous red cowboy hat. In fact, people have erected more than 30 copies of the iconic French landmark around the world. The Little Mermaid in Canada. Around the world, people have imitated Copenhagen's iconic Little Mermaid statue, which draws inspiration from a Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale. This Calgary-based copy is about half the size of the Copenhagen original, and you can find it at the Calgary Convention Center. Tomb of Tutankhamun in Egypt. Of course, the real tomb of Tutankhamun is located in Egypt, but a mile away is an incredibly detailed replica. The original tomb is still open to visitors, but every person who goes through it causes damage, such as flaking paint and worn-down rock. To counter this, a meticulously crafted replica opened nearby in 2014. There are a few differences from the original. The antechamber is now a Tut museum, and Tut's mummy remains in the original tomb. Archaeologists are excited about how technology has made these replicas very accurate. However, even though this replica isn't cheap imitation, many tourists still prefer to see the original. Pont Alexandre III in China. Suzhou may be the birthplace of the phenomenon known as duplitecture, as China is home to hundreds of replicas of international landmarks. Paris's original Pont Alexandre III connects the Champs-Élysées area with the Eiffel Tower and is known for its gilded ornamentation. The replica in Suzhou, unlike its Parisian counterpart, is constructed of concrete but still has a fine attention to detail. Trevi Fountain in Las Vegas, United States. The Trevi Fountain, located in the heart of Rome, is one of the most famous of its kind in the world. If you're in the US, don't hesitate to visit the Las Vegas Strip. Sin City's many themed casinos are full of crazy doppelgangers, from the Pyramid of Giza in Luxor to the Empire State Building in New York. Caesar's Palace boasts some of the best replicas, ranging from Venetian canals to Michelangelo's David. Particularly well rendered is the Trevi Fountain, where you can even toss a coin over your shoulder for good fortune. Hallstatt Village in China. China also boasts its own replica of an Austrian village. In 2012, the southern Chinese province of Guangdong recreated the Austrian Alps alpine village of Hallstatt. Alpine Village is on the UNESCO World Heritage List and was built for $940 million. The area's center contains a replica of the parish church, a fountain, and various other objects from the original Hallstatt town center. The Parthenon in Nashville, United States. The Parthenon is the proud centerpiece of Centennial Park in Nashville. This replica of the Parthenon in Athens, Greece, was originally built for Tennessee's 1897 Centennial Exposition. The Parthenon's focus is on recreating the 42-foot statue of Athena, just as it was in ancient Greece. The building and the Athena statue are both full-scale replicas of the Athenian originals. The Parthenon also serves as Nashville's art museum, housing an extensive collection of American art. The Colosseum replica in Canada. The Vancouver Public Library is considered the city's most important cultural building. It took more than 2 years to complete Vancouver's 7-story Colosseum-style library, which opened in 1995 and houses 1.2 million books. The building, shaped like a rectangle in an ellipse, can seat 1,200 people. Drawbridges or walkways connect stacks of books to study rooms that line the oval perimeter and provide every seat with a spacious window. Great Sphinx of Giza in China. Forget the Great Sphinx of Giza. This is the Great Sphinx of Lanzhou. Proving that imitation truly is the highest form of flattery, China also has its very own Little Egypt. When you think of Egypt, 2 things probably come to mind: the Great Pyramids and the Sphinx. In China, you can see your own Sphinx. Located in Anhui province, this replica is a wee bit more flashy than its ancient Egyptian counterpart, but just as awe-inspiring. Love discovering hidden treasures? Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to Secret Travel Gems for more unique travel gems every week.